I'm Arnstein Eknes. I'm the segment director for offshore vessels and special ships with the DNV, and that's a global role. So I'm trying to find out what is happening all around the globe for that vessel segment.
So, in your presentation, you showed that the global maritime industry has now gone through a milestone in connectivity of batteries, hybrid, etc. Can you explain what that milestone is and the significance?
I show that there are now today more than 1,000 vessels that are actually in operation with battery on board. Majority of those are hybrid installations, but some are also typically ferries and so on, could be fully electrical. It is a milestone because hybrid technology on board and to be electrified is a way to make the industry more energy efficient. It's a very good way to reduce emissions. And the fact that so many are hybrid is also indicating that to go fully electrical is not an option for everyone. That really requires charging infrastructure, both shore and offshore, which is coming. But I mean, at this point of time, the benefits are direct for the ship owner if they go with hybrid. When you are having a combination of the battery system and also fuel on board, it can be one fuel, it can be dual fuel, it can be multi-fuel. Then you also have the flexibility, which is quite important for many in this business. Because if you don't have a long-term contract, you would like your vessel to be able to operate in other areas, maybe with other charterers where there is no charging infrastructure today. Hence, from a flexibility point of view, it makes sense to be hybrid.
And is there any indication in that data whether these vessels are retrofitted, converted to battery hybrid or new builds?
This includes everything, and majority in the beginning, in particular for OSVs, then the majority by far is actually conversions. When you're talking conventional oil and gas, PSVs, anchor handlers and so on, majority is PSVs. When we're talking about the new build for offshore, then all the SOVs and CSOVs, or maybe 90-95% of them, they have been new builds because these vessels have been built the last decade. So, and in the order book right now, all the SOVs or CSOVs, they're ordered with hybrid systems. And there are also plans for looking into potential full electrical when you have the offshore charging in place. So for the rest of shipping, if you're looking at the ferries, most of the ferries, they are actually new builds. But some of the major, largest ferries, they are also conversions because, again, they need too much energy for sailing longer distances. Hence, they're using the batteries in and out of port and for limited applications.
And what is the role of DNV in all these conversion and new build projects?
We are typically assisting the owner from ID to and through project execution. So one of the most typical things we do is to do concept evaluation to help them to identify what is possible, what is within the scope of technology or rules or regulations. In the early phase, then also the regulatory bodies like the flags, they would also need a lot of consultation in order to understand that this is safe for the operations, where they are responsible. So right now, when battery is coming mainstream, then there is less and less interference with the flags, and it's kind of, I would say, more or less up to the suppliers, which have type approval, many of them. That is one role we do. So we are actually monitoring the whole process from the production of the cells, type approved, into stacks, into big battery packages, the installation process on board, the planning of that. We are witnessing that it's properly done and that it's testing and working as intended. And then, of course, all associated safety systems. In case of fire, in case of short circuit, in case of mishaps or things are not going as planned. That's typically the role we have to do in operation.
Okay. And if you're going to build a new build vessel, this hybrid technology, where would be the sectors it would be operating? Does it need to be flexible? Does it need to be multi-purpose?
Today, I would say definitely you should never build a new vessel without considering hybrid, irrespective of vessel type. That is my position. I'm also a member of the board for the Maritime Battery Forum. And in there, we are lobbying to understand what kind of barriers are preventing the industry from moving faster into using a technology which is helping to reduce cost and reducing emission and improving safety. So I would say today all should consider to have a hybrid setup with some kind of batteries, just a matter of sizing. And then when you have it, you are also better prepared for maybe future retrofit of engines or future dual fuel, or in the longer future, maybe the fuel cells, which can then actually utilize more of the energy that you're carrying with you in the molecules in the fuel. So when you're burning in an engine, there are big losses. And typically, the losses are biggest when you are going on low load. So when you have low load application in offshore, go for batteries, go for hybrid, and you can prepare for alternative fuels, and then you can, in the long run, get even more out of the box when you have the fuel cells available.